Hi everyone, I'm Nico. Welcome to Talk English with Us, the channel where you improve your English through interesting topics, useful expressions, and meaningful conversations about everyday life. Today, I want to ask you a simple but important question. Are you really living the life you want to live? It's so easy to spend our days working, scrolling on our phones, complaining a little, waiting for the weekend, and constantly saying, "I'll do it later." And sometimes, without even realizing it, years go by. So how can we stop waiting for life to begin and actually start living it? That's exactly what we're talking about today.
What does it mean to waste your life? Wasting your life doesn't necessarily mean doing something terrible. It can be a lot more subtle than that. Constantly trying to please other people, for example. Being afraid to try. Staying in a situation that makes you unhappy just because it's comfortable. Putting your dreams off again and again. Constantly comparing yourself to others. Being afraid of change. Letting social media control your attention hour after hour. And here's an important truth. Everyone has a different definition of a meaningful life. It's not my place to tell you what a good life looks like, but I can help you think about yours. Stop living to please other people. People often make decisions mainly to satisfy their family, their friends, or society in general. Choosing a career just to impress others, for example. Staying in a situation because everyone does it. Being afraid of people's opinions. Not trying something because you're afraid of being judged. And I get it, that's very human. But here's something important to remember. Other people can give you advice, but they won't live your life for you. They're the ones who sleep peacefully at night, not you if you're living a life that isn't really yours.
3. The later trap. You've probably heard these phrases before. I'll do it later, when I have more money, when I have more time, when I am ready, when my life is less busy. The problem is, later can turn into years, sometimes even a whole lifetime. Think about all the small things people constantly postpone. Learning a language, travelling, exercising, calling someone they love, starting a project that matters to them, taking care of themselves. And the truth is, there's never really a perfect moment. There's just the moment you decide to start, even if it's small. 4. Stop comparing your life to other people's lives. Let's talk about social media for a second. We often compare our real life to the best moments of someone else's life. Picture this. You're sitting on your couch, in your pajamas, eating something while watching Netflix, and suddenly Instagram shows you someone in Bali, working out at 6 in the morning, drinking a green smoothie, apparently having the perfect life. But that person doesn't post their bad days. They don't post their doubts, their bills, their arguments, their sleepless nights. This comparison is misleading because we're comparing our full reality with someone else's best 5 minutes. And honestly, that's just not fair.
Number 5. Don't be afraid to start. A lot of people wait until they feel completely ready before starting anything. But here's a simple truth. You don't need to know the entire path before you take the first step. Learning English, for example. You don't need to understand everything before you start speaking. Starting a YouTube channel. You don't need to be perfect to publish your first video. Changing careers. You don't need all the answers before you send that first message. Exercising. You don't need to be in shape to do your very first workout. Learning a new skill. You don't need to be talented on day one. Action often creates confidence, not the other way around. Number 6. Do things that actually matter to you. There's a huge difference between being busy and doing something meaningful. A lot of people are busy all day long, non-stop. But busy doing what exactly? So let me ask you, what really matters to you? Family, health, relationships, freedom, learning, creativity, your own personal projects, the experiences you want to have. Success doesn't look the same for everyone, and that's perfectly fine.
7. Protect your time. Time is a limited resource. We all know that, but we forget it easily. Distractions are everywhere. Your phone, social media, short videos one after another without you even noticing. Procrastination, conversations that go nowhere. But wait, I don't want you to feel guilty here. The problem isn't relaxing. The problem isn't watching a movie or taking a break. We all need that. The real problem is spending huge amounts of time on things that don't matter to us, while constantly saying we don't have time for the things we actually care about. 8. Learn to say no. Protecting your life sometimes means learning to say no. Saying no to certain invitations. Saying no to habits that don't do you any good. Saying no to people who drain your energy. Saying no to certain distractions. Saying no to commitments that don't match your priorities. And here's the key idea. Saying no to one thing often means saying yes to something more important. Every no you say to protect your time is a yes to what actually matters.
9. Mistakes are part of life. Fear of failure can completely stop us from living. There are people who stay in the exact same place for years just because they're afraid of making mistakes. They don't try a new career. They don't start a new project. They don't take any risks, not even small ones. But let me tell you something important. You're going to make mistakes. So will I. Everyone does. Absolutely everyone. The problem isn't falling. The problem is spending your whole life being afraid of falling. 10. A simple life can still be a great life. A successful life doesn't have to look spectacular. It really doesn't. Having coffee with someone you love. Laughing with your family, even over something silly. Learning something new, even something small. Going for a walk, outside without your phone. Traveling, even just to the next town over. Having a meaningful conversation with someone. Taking care of your health. Having a little time just for yourself, without any guilt. Happiness isn't always found in huge achievements. It's often hidden in small things we forget to notice.
11. A simple reflection exercise. I want you to take a few minutes right now and answer 5 questions. First question, what do I really want from my life? Second question, what wastes most of my time? Third question, what have I been putting off for too long? Fourth question, who or what really matters to me? Fifth question, what small action can I take this week? Take the time to write your answers down, even just a few words for each one. It can genuinely change your perspective. 12. A 7-day challenge. Here's a small challenge for you, if you're up for it. For the next 7 days, try this. Spend a little less time on your phone. Do one important thing every single day. Learn something new. Talk to someone who really matters to you. Do something you've been putting off for a while. And spend 10 minutes thinking about your life, quietly. The goal isn't to completely change your life in 7 days. That would be unrealistic and, honestly, too much pressure. The goal is simply to start. Useful English expressions.
Let's pick up a few useful expressions along the way. Waste your life. I don't want to waste my life doing a job I hate. Make the most of your life. You also need to make the most of your life, not just work all the time. Waste time. I waste so much time on my phone in the evenings. Put something off. I put this project off for months. Make a decision. It's hard to make a decision when you're afraid of being wrong. Make a choice. Every day we make choices that shape our future. Be afraid of failing. A lot of people don't try because they're afraid of failing. Take action. It's time to take action instead of just thinking about it. Step outside your comfort zone. Stepping outside your comfort zone is uncomfortable but necessary. Compare yourself to others. Stop comparing yourself to others. Everyone has their own path. Make something a priority. I'm trying to make my health a priority this year. Take control of your life. At some point, you have to take control of your life. Move forward. Even slowly, what matters is moving forward. Achieve your dreams. A lot of people wait their whole life to achieve their dreams. You don't need to change your entire life tomorrow morning. You simply need to stop endlessly postponing the things that matter to you. Your life will never be perfect. You'll have problems, difficult days, mistakes, and moments when you don't know what to do. But that doesn't mean you have to stay stuck. Don't spend your life waiting for the perfect moment to start living. The perfect moment might not be tomorrow, it might be today. So tell me in the comments, what is one thing you've been putting off that you don't want to postpone anymore? Write it down, really, in the comments. That might just be your first step. Thank you so much for watching this episode all the way through. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Talk English with us. Take care of yourself and most importantly, go live your life. See you next time.